G'day, good evening, Matt here again. This is the tutorial number 5, which is Expenditure tab part 2. So after tutorial number 4 explaining the basics of the Expenditure tab, what I'm going to do now is start populating the expenses and show you how that works. So we're going to start putting in daily expenses, piano lessons, children here. You can change these descriptions to whatever you want. So I think I add in extracurricular activities and I've changed this to your spreadsheet. So you can change that to whatever you want. Tap dancing, and then we can put that one in against entertainment. And you can say we're going to spend $50 a month on tap dancing. It's coming back into fashion. So Bruce and Betty are going to take up tap dancing, but they might not do that out of daily expenses actually. Let's put that out of splurge. So you can see there that in there automatically that's taken the money out of splurge. Let's just do that again, I'll show you. It was in daily expenses, and now you can see the value shift down into splurge. So we've got $50 out of splurge. I'm going to just fill in a few more, and then I'll do an auto fill so that we can move on with the rest of the tutorial. So medicines, put 50 in there. Let's scroll down, concerts, movies, dine out, grocery shopping. That's usually a big one. $200 a month in there. That's $800 in there. And then we come down to the mortgages. I've put this spreadsheet on with 2 mortgages, a variable and a fixed. That might not be your condition. You might just have 1 mortgage. You might have 2 variable mortgages. You might have a mortgage for your fixed home loan. You might have a mortgage for your investment property. So you can change these. So we can say that that is investment property, and then we can say that we have got $500 a month on that one, and our actual mortgage variable $750 a month on that one. So you can see now that we've spent in daily expenses $2,100 by putting some of these big numbers in. Let's have a look at some big numbers for some splurge ones. So pet insurance, $60 a month. Beer, 200, so you can see that's another 200 gone down there, so splurge is up to 310 now. Moving down through daily expenses, car insurance, car rego, car finance, 600, let's put 600 in that, that's what ours is in the moment, and then car finance, $2 a second car. Other vehicle finances, motorbike sports. I just dropped in another one there in case you've got other vehicles. Your children might have a vehicle in there, so you might be paying for that. So you might be paying $200 on that one. Then I got some fire extinguisher ones at the bottom. So we've got credit card 1, credit card 2, personal 1, personal 2. So I'm going to fill these out and show you what happens to these. So let's say that we're going to pay off from fire extinguisher. We're going to pay off $400. We're going to point our fire extinguisher at these credit cards. $300 on that one, and then we same with a personal loan. We're going to put $250 from fire extinguisher, and hex again. You can change this if you've got another personal loan. Personal loan 2. There we go, and that's another $250 that you're paying off on that. Smile. I've got this set raise account at the moment. You might be wanting to put $100 in raise a month, or shares and bonds, $100 in shares and bonds a month. So these values then transfer through to assets and debts tab. So here we can see we've got the monthly payments have all dropped in. So monthly payment for fixed mortgage, variable mortgage. Well, we said that that was going to be investment property. So let's just change that. Investment property, so that's just dropped in there. Credit card 1 and credit card 2 have dropped in. Personal loans and hex, we said that was personal loan 2, change that later. And then we've got vehicle 1, vehicle 2, vehicle 3. So all these have already dropped in that says how much we're paying a month. I'll cover debts and assets a bit later on in the tutorials. We said that we've got $100 going into raise or shares. I'll just change that to raise for continuity, and shares. So we've got $100 and $100 going into both of those. Back to the expenditure tab. So we've got these in now. I'm just going to pause this and I'm going to fill all these out to show you what happens when we go over budget. Okay, we're back now. So I've got all the projected costs filled in, and you can see now that we've got reds against daily expenses and reds against splurge. So we've gone over budget on those. Now, from the last tutorial, we can either change the daily expenses percentage, or we can have a look through and look at some of our variable costs, not our fixed costs such as mortgages, although you could haggle to get those down, but some of our variable costs about how much we spend on grocery shopping or how much we spend on dining out, how much we spend on medicines. Let's have a look at some easy ones here. Extracurricular lessons there. Do the children really need lessons? I'm going to say no, they can learn off the internet. So if you take that off, then we go green straight away. Similar with splurge, we're 160 bucks outstanding. If we don't go for any meals for the month, that will go green as well. But you've got to live your life, so we're going to put those back in. I'm going to put that back in as well. And then we're just going to play with the percentages. So we go back to the income tab. I'm going to play with our percentages. So now you can see that our actual monthly spend has gone red as well. So this is transferred through to this tab. So we're spending 61% on daily expenses and we're spending 12% on splurge. But we haven't spent 15% on fire extinguisher. So I'm going to crimp 5% on fire extinguisher and top up the other two accounts. So I'm going to say that that is 62% of daily expenses. Now it's gone green, and splurge we're going to say that that's 13% there. So we're at 105%, but all our allocations are green. And now we need to bring that down to 100 again. Sorry, I've made a mistake there, and that's what happens when you make a mistake. This cell has automated formulas, it's like cancel. So I shouldn't have typed in there. What I should have done is change that to 15. You only ever need to type in your yellow cells. So there we go. So, oh, we're slightly over on fire extinguisher. Too much, aren't we, by 1%. I'm going to take that down on spout, 9%. There we go. And I'm going to move that to 16%. So we're all green. Excellent. So that's basically how you fill out your projected costs. I'm going to stop there because we're at 7.5 minutes.